Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polkadot. What Polkadot is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some fundamentals. We're going to talk some chart analysis, dot compared to the dollar and dot compared to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to talk some traditional markets. That's going to be a little bit of a market look ahead. What I'm anticipating next week to happen with S&P 500. And of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, the single biggest indicator of where all the crypto assets will go. So let's get started, guys. So basically, I think before I was showing you a chart where we can have irregular correction, potentially going to 100,000, and then we come back to prices below 90,000 to 85, 87. But in my personal opinion, the previous chart pattern that I was showing you for a few weeks has been invalidated. So I have another base case scenario, and I'll show you what I'm actually anticipating. Before I start this video, I have to tell you, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do due diligence and make your own research, because as I've said, this is not a financial advice. So because as we can clearly see from November, pretty much from price of around 66,000, we went all the way to 100,000. We had a little bit of a pullback, and then we went above 104,000. And we've been consolidating between these prices, between 100 and 90,000 for like many weeks now. So from pretty much here 13th of November, over a month we've been consolidating. So the bulls shows absolute strength, and they have a completely taken over the markets. So what I'm actually anticipating is to consolidate more into these prices, but we're going to set up higher highs and higher lows. So this is something that I'm anticipating, like moving into this channel pattern, moving above this previous yearly resistance line that we've actually tested twice, as you can clearly see. If we zoom out, you clearly see we've tested in April of 2021, price of around 64,000, and then we tested it again in November at price of around 69,000. So this is what I'm anticipating. Basically, consolidate and just start hitting prices of higher highs and higher lows, and moving into this channel pattern. And by end of January, middle of January, I anticipate huge bullish momentum starting again, and potentially start hitting prices of above 140,000 by early March or late March. Let's say first quarter of 2025, and this can potentially top the market, unfortunately, because I don't see we're having a corrections. We're just the bulls have a complete taken over. So if something like that plays out and we just move into this channel pattern and we have like a huge blow off top and symbolize the market top, I don't think we're gonna have more upside momentum. Now if we start correcting and drop prices below 80,000, below 90,000, potentially to 85, 87, then my previous chart analysis will come out right. But so far, I don't see that happening. When it comes to S&P 500, well, since I launched my channel, I've been nothing but right, especially here. I was able to predict this 10% movement on the downside, correction ABC. The V-shaped recovery start hitting its previous all-time high at price of around 5,650. We came back, we tested this previous resistance line, we turned it into support, and we start hitting higher prices. And I've told you, once we hit 6,000, I anticipate a little bit of a pullback to this local top level at price of around 5,850. We turn this previous local top into support, and then we're going to have more continuation of the trend and potentially start hitting price of above 6,100. In the process, we formed a reverse head and shoulders, which measure from the head to the bottom. The price target should be above 6,250, and this is something that I'm actually anticipating. 6,250 by end of January, beginning of February, and potentially we can even snap to this previous resistance line, we can go and test it again. But let's just take one trade at a time and to see how exactly it's going to play out. I mean, the structure definitely remains bullish, and I mean, I remain bullish on S&P 500 and on the Bitcoin chart as well. But let's just talk Polkadot and what Polkadot is all about. In my personal opinion, Polkadot is an extremely valuable coin, and when it comes down to fundamentals, it boils down to these four components. Uh, Polkadot has four core components. The relay chain, Polkadot's heart, helping to create consensus, interoperability, and shared security across the network of different chains, parachains, independent chains that can have their own tokens and be optimized for specific use cases. Paratrade, similar to parachains, but with flexible connectivity based on an economical pay-as-you-go model. Bridges allow parachains and paratrades to connect and communicate with external blockchains like Ethereum. What makes Polkadot unique? Polkadot is a sharded multi-chain network, meaning it can process many transactions on several chains in parallel parachains. This parallel processing power improves scalability. Custom blockchains are quick and easy to develop using the Substrate framework, and Substrate blockchains are designed to be easy to connect to Polkadot's network. The network is also highly flexible and adaptive, allowing the sharing of information and functionality between participants. Polkadot can be automatically upgraded without the need for a fork in order to implement new features or remove bugs. But let's just concentrate on the market cap chart, and let's see how this thing can potentially play out. So the all-time high market cap valuation was above 50 billion at around 52 billion, and we actually went below as we went at around 5 billion not long time ago, beginning of November, and at certain point we went 16 billion. So quite a lot. That shows me that the bulls have gained quite a lot of strength. And in my personal opinion, let's just so the circulating supply is around 1.5 billion, right? So if in order for Polkadot to reach $100, which I think potentially this can happen, of course Polkadot can go to zero as well. So always do your diligence and make your own research, because no one can predict the future. But in my personal opinion, if I have to choose between the bearish sentiment and the bullish scenario, I pick the bullish scenario, is because fundamentally Polkadot is a very valuable coin. So in Polkadot, to reach price of around $100, that would be around 150 billion market capitalization. That's a huge market cap, of course. But just look at XRP. I mean, it already went 150 billion, and we haven't even started the full speculation into this altcoin bull cycle, which I think it's coming. And Polkadot can reach these type of evaluations if we go and test its previous all-time high market cap at around 52 billion, and potentially we can double in price and basically go above $100 to $120. I'm not going to be surprised at all if something like that plays out. When it comes to chart analysis, this is something that I'm anticipating, something that I'm actually thinking that can potentially play out. Of course, again, something can be invalidated and we can start dropping the prices and start hitting lower low. But this is not what the chart analysis are telling me. So as I've said, in November, early November, one dot was around $3, $3.50, and we went all the way. Above 10, almost $12, and we almost went above this local top that we formed in 11th of March of 2024. So in my personal opinion, this is just a correction, which I don't think is going to last long. And potentially the weeks to come, we're going to take out this local top at prices above $12, and then we can quickly snap to prices of around $40 to $50, which was its all-time high. Because if history is any indicator, we can repeat something like that move. So from end of December till early February, so that's around 2 months. From 450, we went to 42, so 10x. So if something like that plays out, we can quickly snap to $10, $40. It can potentially go and start testing all-time high prices at around $55. Of course, perhaps then we're going to have a huge correction, multiple weekly correction or even monthly correction, and that's how we can form like huge reverse head and shoulders pattern. Of course, which is a bullish sentiment, which is a bullish chart pattern. And if we go above this price target of above $55, we can potentially have a huge price discovery. And as I've said, we can potentially go and start testing prices of above 100 and $120. This is just something that I think it can potentially play out. Of course, that is not a financial advice. And when it comes to Polkadot to Bitcoin, we are in this huge falling wedge, and if we actually broke out of it, and the price target should be something at around 8,000. So this is like 10x from here, and 10x is actually in USD term. So if we multiply 10, that's around 85. But if it's 12, that's again above $100 per dot, or even above it, because once if we go and start testing its all-time high at price of around $55 and we have full price discovery, we can easily go. It's really difficult to predict exactly how or where it's going to end up, but 100 billion market capitalization or above is not out of the question. This is not just wishful thinking. I'm just based on what happened the previous bull cycle. Networks such as Dogecoin, XRP right now, Cardano, BNB, they all went above 100 billion, and I think Polkadot is also very valuable and can do something like that. Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, thank you all for all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon and get my two books, The Art of Chart Analysis and the Crypto Guidebook, it will be much appreciated. And if you want to really to support my work, you can subscribe to my Patreon. With that subscription comes exclusive content with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins, some of them 50, 100x. Of course, that's not a financial advice. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.